In this question, we're told that the circumference of circle B is 90% of the circumference of circle A. And in part A, we need to find the ratio of the area of circle A to the area of circle B. Now we can draw a table to help us do this. Now there are different ways to approach this question. We could do this with algebra, or we could do this with numbers. We're going to try doing this with numbers, because numbers can be easier to understand. Well, now let's imagine that the circumference of circle A is equal to 10. Now if the circumference of circle B is 90% of the circumference of circle A, we want to multiply the circumference of circle A by 0.9. Because when we find 90% of something, it's equivalent to multiplying by 0.9. And so 10 multiplied by 0.9 would be equal to 9. And now this is where we need to be careful. We're asked to find the ratio of the area of circle A to the area of circle B. Now the circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and the area is equal to pi r squared. Since the scale factor of the circumference is equal to 0.9, the scale factor of the area would actually be equal to 0.9 squared. And so if we know the area of circle A, to get to the area of circle B, we want to multiply by 0.9 squared. Now let's imagine that the area of circle A is equal to 100. And 100 multiplied by 0.9 squared is equal to 81. And so we can now see that the ratio of the area of circle A to the area of circle B is equal to 100 to 81, which we can write down in our answer box. Now we need to apply a similar principle in part B. We're told that square E has sides of length E centimeters, and that square F has sides of length F centimeters. The area of square E is 44% greater than the area of square F. And we need to work out the ratio E to F, where E and F are the length of square E and the length of square F. Now we can use a very similar table to the table we used in part A, except this time we know the ratio of the area. So if the area of square E is 44% greater than the area of square F, to get from square F to square E, we want to increase by 44%, and when we increase by 44%, we want to multiply by 1.44. And so let's imagine that the area of square F is equal to 100. To increase this value by 44%, we want to do 100 multiplied by 1.44, which will leave us with 144. Now in part A, we had to square the scale factor to find the area. But in part B, we already know the scale factor for the area, and so the scale factor for the length would be the square root of the scale factor for the area. To get from the area of F to the area of E, we multiply by 1.44, and so to go from the length of square F to the length of square E, we multiply by the square root of 1.44. Now let's imagine that the length of square F is equal to 10. 10 multiplied by the square root of 1.44 is equal to 12. Now we need to find the ratio E to F, where E is the length of square E and F is the length of square F. And so the ratio of E to F would be equal to 12 to 10, and which we can simplify and say is equal to 6 to 5. And so the ratio E to F is equal to 6 to 5. Now this question is worth 4 marks. We get the first mark in part A for finding that the scale factor of the area would be 0.9 squared. And we get the second mark in part A for getting the correct ratio of 100 to 81. In part B, we get the third mark for finding that the scale factor of the length would be the square root of 1.44. And we get the fourth and final mark in part B for getting the correct answer that the ratio E to F is equal to 6 to 5. And so we've now achieved the full 4 marks needed in this question.